when you're a kid and you go around telling people, I want to work for NASA, they all smile and nod at you, right? Like the same way if you said you wanted to, be a rock star or work for the NFL. And Space Camp was really the first place that was taken seriously.
Sarah is kind, she is funny, she is always laughing. She is very creative. She's an artist as well as a scientist. You just trust what she's saying and you know she's doing the best she can do for you.
She's the sort of person who you hope young people will note and recognize that they can be involved in science as well.
Growing up in rural Minnesota, Sarahnoble had always considered herself a space nerd. With dreams of becoming an astronaut, Sarah first learned of Space Camp through the 1986 movie Space Camp. She felt that coming to Space Camp would be the ultimate experience, eventually finding her way to Huntsville, Alabama, to attend Space Camp for real.
I celebrated my sweet 16th birthday at Space Camp. My fellow campers actually threw me a surprise party. Although they were terrible at it, all day long I kept hearing them whispering, pss, pss, cake, lemonade. Made it really feel like family. At Space Camp, it's always kind of felt like a place that was family.
When a female astrophysicist from neighboring Marshall Space Flight Center came to speak to the Space Camp trainees, it made an impact upon Sarah.
Scientists were things that you saw on TV and movies, but they were not real people. And this was my first opportunity to talk one-on-one with an actual scientist. And I think it really changed how I felt about scientists and made me feel like maybe that's something I could do too.
Shortly thereafter, Sarah started college at the University of Minnesota as an aerospace engineering major, simply because it was the only major that had the word space in the title. One day, she stumbled into a geology class, making a realization that set her on a new path.
One of my professors came up to me and said, Sarah, there's a whole field of geology that's dedicated to understanding the other planets. And I was like, what? Where has this been? And it was the greatest moment. And from there on, I knew planetary geology was going to be where it was at.
She went on to attend graduate school at Brown University, where she got her master's and Ph.D. in planetary geology. After Brown, Sarah did a short stint working for Congress in Washington, D.C., where she learned the importance of grabbing hold of every opportunity as soon as it came.
However, her love for science soon brought her back to Johnson Space Center, where she had worked as an intern during graduate school.
So my current position at NASA is program scientist, where I have sort of two different hats. One with missions as the liaison between a science team and headquarters. So it's my job to make sure that the scientists have everything they need to be able to make the mission a success, and also to make sure that they're doing what NASA is funding them to do. The other half of my job is research and analysis. So if you want to do research for NASA, you have to write a grant proposal to us, and it's my job to figure out which are the best ones of those and to make sure that we're funding the best science.
Even as Sarah continued to flourish within her career at NASA, she found time to pursue one of her other loves, painting. In particular, combining her love of the stars with her artwork.
I don't have words to describe how beautiful and amazing our solar system is, and so I try to do that through my paintings.
If you go to NASA headquarters, there's a coffee area there now, and she has panels of the different planets. It's a delightful touch that she has actually brought to NASA headquarters and kept her art with her.
To this day, Sarah still counts her time at Space Camp as being very influential on her life.
Space Camp is still a special place where it's possible to dream and be listened to. Being inducted into the Space Camp Hall of Fame is such a cool honor. I'm so excited and so honored to be a part of this and to be permanently a part of this institution.